Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the CBR600 project. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the radiator. It's in a bad way. The fins are all bent up. Paintwork's bad. There's no leaks, so I think it's okay. But I'm just going to flush it out, take it off, flush it out, and then the fan needs some repairs doing to it, and basically check it all over, drain the coolant out, and eventually put a new one in when I put the stuff back together. But while I've got the radiator and all the hoses out, I'll clean them all off, and also I'm going to replace the headers, down pipes, because you can, I don't know whether you can see, it's a bit dark in there, but the collector box is in a poor state, which I have already acquired a new set, albeit used, but they are stainless steel. As you can see, I've had a go polishing those, and they're going to come up pretty good. So I'll give them a clean up, polish up, make sure that in this episode, it might be in the episode where we're at, episode 4 coming up now, so it'll be probably episode 5 when I do the exhaust. So yeah, hang tight, and we'll get straight to it. The Haynes manual tells me to take off the radiator cap. Obviously, if the engine is warm, been running at all, you have to be careful with that. There's a pressure build-up and steam in there, so you have to be careful. But as this bike hasn't been run for a few weeks, that's fine. We can just take that straight off. Take that off, and also open up the reservoir cap, which is under there, just to let some air in, which will also in turn allow the fluid out. So that's that off. So we have 2 drain points on here. One is at the pump, so that's the water pump there, the coolant pump. This bolt here is the drain bolt, and the other one is nicely tucked away, but it's behind this smaller hose here, right inside the engine bay. And it is, I don't think you'll see it, but I'll try to point it out. It's there at the end of my finger. It's a 10mm socket needed to open that one, as is the one on the pump. So let's start with that. Drain it off. So 10mm socket, crack that, and there she comes straight away. There's a drip tray underneath catching all that coolant. So I believe there is 3 litres of coolant in this system. So there's 5 pipes to disconnect. This larger one here, make sure they're drained out. Then there's one just above it, so this is on the left hand side of the bike. Then on the right hand side, have this one here, which comes from the expansion tank. Drain that into there. That drains the expansion tank. Then there's a larger one here, which when I tipped that up off camera, yeah, a lot came out of that because it was full. And then this small one here. So that's all 5 pipes, 5 in total, off the radiator. So the next next process is just to disconnect the electrics for the fan and the temperature sensor, and then we can lift that off and give it a clean. Got the radiator off. Sorry I didn't show you how to remove it, but it wasn't pretty, I can tell you that. This thing's been bodged onto there, held on with a cable tie in one area. But what I'm going to do now is have a little clean up in the area, and then the exhaust will get done. So I've got, as far as the bike itself is concerned, I've got good access now. Now the radiator, as you can see, is in a very bad state. The cowl around the fan is totally corroded away. So I'll try and get either a replacement one of those. If that fails, then I will remanufacture the housing, this outer cowl and mounting brackets. But first of all, I need to test that the fan actually works. If not, then for sure I've got to get another one. Tested the fan. It works, but it works for a short period of time and then slows down. So it's clearly faulty, and there's severe corrosion on it. I know I said I might make new parts to it, but it's really not worth it because the fan itself, the motor's packed up. In the process of taking it off the radiator, all of the lugs, aluminium lugs, have snapped off. There was one missing for the bottom mount of the radiator anyway, but there was two fan mounts missing, so I would have had to make some little brackets for there. It's not the best radiator. As you can see, fins are pretty bent up, fairly corroded. So, cut a long story short, I've managed to pick up a second-hand one, complete unit with fan, for very little money, and it looks to be in good order. So I'll just wait for that to be delivered, and we'll get back on this. Right, out of time for today. So what we're going to do is wait for those to come, the new fan and the radiator. And once they come, we'll fit them. But obviously in the meantime, I've got the exhaust headers to clean and polish up before I can fit them. There is some drilling out to do on the bike, various studs that's sheared off and broken off. So I think I'll do this in a series of short videos rather than one big long one. So yeah, that's thanks for watching, guys. That's the end of episode 4, part 4 of the CBR600 F4 Project bike. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.